Hi everyone, I'm just working on the inside of the shabby chic journal that we've been making. So this is part 4 and the final part. I'm not going to work on every page because this will be somebody else's journal. But I'm just going to decorate a couple of the blank pages and maybe put some pockets and things on other pages. So I've just started punching out. I've got this little paper pack. And I've just started punching out with the circle punch, obviously some circles. So I just thought it'd be nice to cover one of the pages with lots of little different circles, like a little collage. And then whoever owns this in the future can put a photograph over the top or some tickets and things, or just keep it as it is. So I'm just punching out some circles. I want to cover the whole of one of the pages. I was going to put dye on each circle, but I don't think it needs it. I think it'll just be nice. Oops, I don't know what I've done there. Oh, that's okay. So I just thought I'd just randomly pick some different colours through this little pack. And oh, there we go. And then just arrange them on the page. I wasn't sure whether to do a pattern or just keep it as lines. But I just thought some of this paper's really nice. It's nice just to have a little selection. These keep getting stuck. So that will be the finish of the junk journal. Then I'll do a little flip through video. And there we go. Let's see how we get on with that little bunch. I've got those as well. Maybe do this one just as a bit of a, oh, I couldn't see the punch then, it's right in front of me. Maybe do a different, like a brownie. Colour, there we go. So I wasn't going to, I'm in two minds about putting a pocket at the front of the journal, because I really like, I'll just show you what I mean. I really like this front page, so I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to leave the rose as it is. I'll leave the music sheet and I'll leave the wrapping paper one. Maybe do something on that side of the wrapping paper. And we've got this blank page as well we could perhaps do something with. That's just nice in itself really, isn't it? So I was just going to start work on the central page just to decorate with these circles really. And then that can still be classed as a blank page for the next person. But it just gives it a bit of interest. If I can pick them up. There we go. It's not very thick paper. Let's grab the glue. And then I was just thinking maybe, I'm not sure whether to just do him overlapping or just next to each other. I think I just do them next to each other randomly. Just put some glue on there. Oops, that's worked out well, hasn't it? I've glued that one to that one already. I just need to bring that a little bit closer so I can see. Whoops. I think quite like that. Just put some lines of dots. I think that'll be nice. It is still quite light outside, but I've still had to turn the light on. I do prefer daylight really when I'm doing my videos, but that's not always an option. Maybe have that going off the end, then I can trim that up at the end. So I think I'll just carry on with that. So I'll pause for a minute and then I'll come back and we'll do the next page. I'll show you the outcome of this one. Okay, we're back. So I've just finished off the page with all the dots, the circles. So I think that's come out quite pretty. So that's the central page. So that's all come out, and then obviously the person that gets this in the future can either keep that as it is, or they can cover it completely, or they're free to do whatever they want with it really. Bit of glue there, trying to stick that page onto itself. Right, so then this side I just thought I would do like a bit of a collage page and just stick some random things down that I've found. So I'll just stick this music sheet down. Obviously I'll trim the bottom in a minute. And then I found some, let's stick that down. And then I've got some pattern paper, which I thought just tear that up a bit and maybe just put some ink in and around on the sort of creases. I quite like those scissors in there. Let's pop that back 1 minute. Just collage that on, glue that on. I want it to go over that music sheet a bit. I think it's really dropped cold today. It's meant to get really warm this week. So if I just, I want that right on the edge. So let's try and get that on the edge there. It's like sort of tissue paper, so it's not particularly easy to work with, but I don't mind that it wrinkles. I like that. That's fine. And then I thought to just kind of tear it down a bit. And then off there. That's fine. And with these pattern packs that you can get from charity shops and things, they come with loads of this tissue paper, so I quite like that. And then I thought I'd just incorporate some of the just tear that a bit. Some of the patterns. So I've got some dots left, some circles, so I thought I'd put some of those in. Hang on, I've got tissue paper everywhere. Bear with me. There we go. So I was going to put a couple of the random sort of circle. I keep working off camera because I've got a habit of putting everything to my face. So I apologise. There we go. I have to try and get everything in shot. Otherwise it's kind of a waste of time doing a video. So maybe if I do some torn pieces as well, I'll just ink some of these. So we've got sort of the circles. We've got the circle page there, which is organised, and then we've got a random collage page, so it's a nice little contrast next to each other. So that goes into there nicely. Maybe that's a colour, that's one of the ones that's actually on there, so we could use some pieces. Maybe a bit up there. That's it. Some glue. Glue down there. To make sure I'm not gluing the sheets together. And then I was thinking maybe got some more music paper. I've got some stickers. What else could we use? Oh, I know. Maybe we could cut some of that rose out and put that in sort of a centre section. So that's the rose that's similar to the one that, well, it's part of that piece of paper that's at the front. Let's see what that looks like once I've cut it. I'll just whiz around this. Just get rid of that piece. I'll just round that a little bit so it doesn't look so square. That's it. Perhaps put that in the centre. So that's the same sheet of rose paper that I used on the front cover, so that's quite nice. I just saw that then in the corner of my eye. Don't know whether it will need any more of the dots really, or maybe opposite corner, or I think the blue. Yeah, let's put that blue one in. It's a different. go there. Perhaps put that there. So that's a collage page, and then we've collage page, and then we've got the dots on the other page. So I was thinking we could do with adding a pocket somewhere. Maybe this one. We could add maybe a pocket with some more music paper. So I'll just tear that. Along, and then put that as a nice sort of, just tear that a little bit more, I think, so it goes down. Yes, if I put a little bit of ink and then we'll see if I just glue, let me just see if I can get that to tear to about there. So we'll tear that down. That's it, and then I'll just glue the 3 sides, and then that's a cute little pocket. Try not to glue the whole thing, so I've got a habit of doing that. And I've also got some little, what did I do with those? Little tabs. Where are they? Some of these little tabs we can put on the edge of some of the pages. So I'll choose a couple of them, and then we'll put some of those on the pages. Probably add some ribbon and things as well. Got some nice ribbons, and add some of that to the tabs. We've got some scrap, bits of lace. Oops. Let's have a play around. Let's have a look. So I think if we add a tab there, let's glue that on. I might just ink it a little bit actually. So we can add some tabs on. Let's put some glue down the edge. So I'll put that one there. And they're nice to add to tags as well. So we've got a blank sheet there, so we could put maybe a bit of lace sticking out of the side on the opposite side. That'll be nice. Bit of lace on there. that look straight? I don't think it does. And then if I just trim that up, which is easier said than done. Where's my little scissors? Gone missing. There they are. Kind of just bring that round slightly. That's it. Just try not to trim the actual sheet of paper. There we go. So we've got a nice bit of lace on that side. I think I'll put a little sticker on that square piece. Got some nice flower stickers. Maybe a little bunch of flowers. That'll be nice. Just adding a bit of interest to some of the pages as we go through. Maybe we could put, I do have, where's that little card gone? There it is. So we could put that into there and then have, use that as a pocket in itself. So that could have a tag in coming out the top. So I'm just going to put glue down the four, not the four sides, the three sides. And have that as a big pocket. And I'll come back and put a tag in there. And what else have I got lurking around? I might put another sticker on that one. Put a sticker up there. So we've added in, so we've got that nice envelope there anyway, which is a pocket, well, there's two pockets. Decorative pages, a pocket there. We could do another sort of tab. And then I think I'll add a bit of ribbon. Whoops, knocking everything over. So I'll put a tab there. Oops, let's put that straight. It's difficult when I'm working at a distance because I'm obviously got the camera there. You just want to constantly hold everything by your face. Maybe a little ribbon tab there. We've got this nice ribbon. Chiffon ribbon. What's on the other side, actually? Bit of green. Just putting some glue on each end and then glue that to the page. Pop it about there, I think. Very gluey. And there. Little fabric tab sticking out. If that doesn't dry completely clear, I'll probably put a button over the top just to stop that from showing so much that it's on a darker sheet. So I'll put a bit of plastic there now probably and let that dry. So we're about done. This is just a case of working through the journal now, and obviously if it's your own journal you can properly concentrate on each page and put in your own personal things. I'm just adding a few little features to this journal for somebody else, and then they can work on each page properly. It's just to give you an idea of just some of the things that you can start to add. I mean, with junk journaling, it really is entirely up to you what you put in your own journal. You can go all photographs, you can go a mixture of photographs. I have got a video of me putting pages into my own personal journal, which gives you an idea of what I use mine for. So that's always worth having a look at if you're just starting out with junk journaling. But yeah, so that is end of part 4 and the end of the Shabby Chic junk journal journey for that one. So I'll get this video uploaded as soon as possible. And I hope that it's inspired you to start making your own journal out of simple box. That's all it started out as. So it's relatively inexpensive. Fabric wise, you can just use old clothes. You can get things from charity shops. I mean, I bought a pair of jeans the other day for one of my journals, which was £2. If you're clearing out your wardrobe, anything that you are about to throw away, think, do you want that fabric to cover a journal? If you want to cover it with fabric. I mean, obviously you can cover journals with anything from paint to paper and, you know, card. You can use old books and just tear out the pages, and that can be a journal. It really is just never-ending ideas with junk journaling, and that's why I really enjoy doing it. So I'm going to let this dry, then I'm going to do a flick through of all the pages, so that'll be a separate video. But as for the Shabby Chic junk journal, we have finished it. Thank you if you've come along on the journey making it. If you've enjoyed the videos, please like them, and subscribe if you want to carry on seeing different things on my channel. So thank you very much. Take care.